up, y'all? It's the Young Avell here, back at it with another video. Welcome to the sermon. I hope you guys have been doing great. It's a beautiful day outside, and today I just wanted to drop some quick game, not too long, about the psychology of the truth / being honest when it comes to dating. So, a lot of guys in the past, myself included, a lot of guys, including myself in the past, have found themselves caught up in situations where they end up lying to a girl or lying to their girlfriend out of fear of losing them, or fear of an argument, fear in general. And what I've come to find out after I found out the tenets of the red pill, shout out to Rollo Tomassi. When I read his book, The Rational Male, everything changed for me. And it's funny because I didn't know as much as I do about game back then than I do now. And so I caught myself in a situation where I really liked this girl. I had a long time crush on her. It turns out she had a crush on me as well. And I ended up linking with her and just basically violated all the tenets of the red pill within a very short time frame. Even though I'm relatively good with women, I was not polished, and it just goes to show that, that fairy tale fantasy still is a program that a lot of us find ourselves or have found ourselves engaging from, which leads us to be afraid and lie and things like that, and compensate. And so once I started employing those things that I learned from the Rational Male, things started changing for me. It's funny because I found myself in situations where my brain is like, okay, this is a time where you can tell the truth. And these things were happening in real time when I'm laid up with a girl and she's asking me, for example, remember, after a guy releases, he's a little bit more weak. He's, wants to go to sleep, as opposed to being retained up, fired up and all that stuff, and fairly protected in vibrationally speaking. She asked me that question: when's the last time you've been with someone? And we're all in an intimate setting, and my mind started. You would think that this would be a time where a guy would revert to, I'm afraid of an argument. Like I said, I'm afraid of hurting the girl's feelings, so I'm going to lie just to ease things over. But it's in those exact moments where you have to speak the truth. And I was honest, and I was like, I was with someone last night. And you would think that in your mind, you think that the response is going to be blow up. Oh my gosh, you're a horrible person. You're scum of the earth. All this type of stuff. And it's not. More often than not, the reaction is that, wow, at least you are telling the truth. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you for being on. I appreciate the honesty. And the reason is because a lot of these women are so used to men lying. We live in times where there's a lot of weak men in this world, and you always want to find yourself on the side of truth and morality and honesty, and because that truth is going to prevail at the end of the day. And it's funny, I was talking to my barber about these energies that are happening right now, right? In terms of morality, where it started with, there's this podcaster called The Saint and the Sinner, Marquette Devon Burton, and he had called out Adam 22. Adam 22 is the podcaster from the No Jumper podcast, who is famous now for letting his wife get railed out by a PORN star. And he's basically everything that's wrong with the modern era as far as a man. And Marquette Devon Burton was pressing him about that. And it was nice to see Adam 22 couldn't even stay in the same room, and he ended up rage quitting and leaving the area. And I say that to say, if you look at the energies now, I'm sure everyone has been following the Drake and Kendrick battle. And if you didn't hear Kendrick's latest song, Not Like Us, body bag. And I was with my barber yesterday, and we were talking about the track that Drake did called Family Matters, and then Kendrick's response right after called Meet the Grams. And I was describing Drake's performance as similar to the Joker in The Dark Knight, where you can't deny that Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker it was great, it was legendary, but Batman is Batman. You know what I'm saying? Batman is Batman. And because Kendrick was taking the side of morality and not morality, but Drake was representing that side of the dark side of the music industry as far as Kendrick was concerned, and he was calling him out on that. And you'll hear that on the new song he dropped today, Not Like Us, where he was going in about him being so egoic. He even mentioned ayahuasca and Meet the Grams, and talk about you gotta drop that ego, and also calling Drake a PEDO. You know what I'm saying? The dark side of the music industry, and calling him out. So it's like he destroyed him in that song. Let's be honest. Let's let it be known. And so it's like the dark side and that type of energy of fear and things like that, and they're gonna have its days, because we live in a reality where there is duality. It's not like the higher realms where everybody knows that we're all connected, and the goodness of things are felt by everyone. It's not like that here. We have duality, and so you always want to put yourself in a position where you find yourself on the side of morality, because I do believe that the energies are continuing to shift in that favor. You see everyone getting exposed more frequently, like these things, like those two examples that I said about the Saint and the Sinner, and now Kendrick, like exposing these sides of darkness and hiding in the darkness and fear and things like that. It's all getting exposed now, and you want to find yourself in the side of truth, and it starts with being honest in your interactions. And it's just gonna behoove you. It's gonna behoove you, because let me give you another example. I was dealing with a very pretty girl, and she was, you could say, like a modern woman, very pretty modern woman. And I had to assert that this is my program. Look, we're here together, and I don't need you. We're here together because I want to be together. I want to chill with you. I want to vibe, but I don't need you. Don't get it twisted. And I had to meet her there because of that tendency of the modern woman to try to run the show and things like that. And the way that I met her there was, I was honest. I was truthful about, because she was asking me, like, when's the last time you were with somebody? And, I told her straight up, this morning, because sometimes I'll be savage like that, and like I said, you would think it would be a big blow up, but it wasn't. It was super chill, but that is necessary in order to sometimes bring that the inflatedness that the modern era can do to people, to bring it down to reality, where it's like, don't get hype off of social media and this and that. Like, people don't need you. I want to be with you. I want to hang out with you because I want to. And so we had a great time, and it was to the point where I was driving her home, and one of my other girls called me, and it pulled up on the Bluetooth, and it wasn't a big deal because I had already said the truth earlier about this is my lifestyle. This is, I'm not hoeing around or anything like that, but I see more than one woman, and that's final. I work hard. I work hard, and I'm truthful and I'm honest. So it wasn't a big deal. I didn't pick up the phone, out of respect, but it was something that it's something that becomes more and more evident to me as I continue to move forward and, enjoy myself. It is always best to just be honest and speak the truth. Say the truth, and then let the results be what they will be. So the moral of the story, the truth shall set you free. And I want you guys to practice that, because the truth, it employs things like confidence, and it's courageous to tell the truth, because it's not easy. It's a difficult thing to do, because like I said, you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or you don't want to lose this person. You don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers. But at the end of the day, truth shall set you free. And like from the examples that I've just given, it turns out more often than not that the truth ends up being appreciated, and you guys can now move forward from a common understanding, which just allows you to actually vibe, and you don't have this thing that you're holding on to the whole time you're engaging with someone. It's like cards are out on the table, the channels of energy are open, and if the connection is there and continues to grow, there's no blockages there. So it's a legit connection worth continuing. And that's what I've been experiencing, and that's what I encourage and want for you guys as well. And that's why I'm sharing this game today. So that is the game for today. I hope you guys have been doing great. The new moon is coming on Tuesday, so it's been fairly chill. So from the new moon on Tuesday, we have 2 weeks to the full moon. So it'll be time to start working on your intentions again and holding that space. So guys, like I always say, if you got anything from this video, be sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, remember, a greater perspective can lead to a greater connection. Peace. Nobody's hero, although I'll give it till I got none.